also undergoing a certain amount of enlightenment in this card. So I feel like that could be relevant to your person. So just because they're not, in the physical world seeming like they are doing much, it's like spiritually, I think they're doing a lot of work on themselves. Let's see. We also have the Knight of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, your person feels like they really want to bring you a love offer. Also, the Page of Pentacles always reminds me of like sending a text or a call or an email or however your person, you guys can reach out to each other. This person really wants to do that. So it's like expect some sort of movement from your person, I think, in terms of like them wanting to reach out. Maybe they'll be like posting more on social media or something. That can be kind of an indication that they're like wanting your attention, or they might actually start texting you a lot more. But I feel like, yeah, your person definitely wants to have communication, and they are feeling like they do want to offer you love. They want to come towards you and pursue you romantically, for sure. The Page of Pentacles, I feel like, is also indicates the person is feeling very hopeful about this connection. Maybe with this new perspective, they've started to maybe understand things more clearly. Maybe your person was like confused by this connection, or they didn't know how you felt, but I feel like they've had some sort of clarity come through, either through like a dream, or maybe you even talked to them and they started to understand things more, or the universe has been communicating with them somehow, opening up their third eye. So they're starting to really see the situation for what it is, like more objectively, whereas maybe the relationship was more like they were kind of looking at it through like clouded judgment. But I feel like the clouds have been taken away now, and your person's definitely understanding things. I think this also could be about understanding the spiritual lessons behind this relationship, so not taking the triggers as much so seriously. Maybe letting go of some resentment for any times they've been hurt in this connection as well. We have the Ten of Wands and the Five of Swords. But I'm getting from this is your person's feeling some sort of guilt about something. It could definitely be about, because again, I was just saying your person had clouded judgment in the past about something. So this Five of Swords energy could have been something in the past where there was some drama or conflict between the two of you that maybe your person kind of instigated, or didn't, or they reacted very like they overreacted to something, or they were just hurtful to you because they were hurting, and they were, their judgment was clouded. They didn't really understand what was going on, and so they just kind of like lashed out, maybe because they were in pain. Take that as it resonates, but it's like they feel burdened by the guilt of this, is what I'm feeling. This Ten of Wands is like they feel really bad about hurting you, or causing pain or drama in this connection, and it's like something that they kind of carry around with them. I feel like this is something that needs to be released, though. And so I think also for those of you where it resonates that your person is like distant or silent, I think a lot of it is there's a lot of like guilt and shame this person's having to work through right now in regards to actions they took in the past in this connection. And it's almost like they're just like too ashamed to maybe face you right now. I'm almost seeing how like he's kind of hiding his face in these sticks right here. It's almost like your person is like hiding their face. Like they don't want you to, I don't know. It's like they don't want just you to see them. It's like they're like humiliated by something. So it's like interesting because on one level, all they want is to come forward with this love offer, and they really want to reach out. But then there's also this like deep shame, where they're like really regretful of how they've treated you, especially because they do want to come back to you so much that it's like really hard, because it feels like they have to crawl back to you with like their tail between their legs, kind of. And it's, I don't know, it's hard. I think it's like they're getting like karmatic retribution for something that they did. It could also just be they're kind of realizing that maybe they've treated a lot of people in their past relationships questionably, and they're having to also just like maybe face up to a lot of guilt over like every relationship they've had. Like they're starting to really see like the other person's side of the story, just like in all of their romantic relationships, and starting to see how, it hasn't always been the other person's fault if there has been breakups or like issues in their past relationships, that they have certain behaviors that actually cause problems in relationships, and they can't just blame it all on other people. So it's like they're having to kind of work on forgiving themselves, and I think that's a lot of what's going on, is like in order to come back to you here, they have to integrate this forgiveness, and they have to have these realizations here at the Hanged Man, because they're not going to like learn those lessons or be able to treat you better or more respectfully if they haven't like integrated those lessons and like forgiven themselves and worked through it, and just decided not to do that again, or to try to like be better in the future, if that makes sense. But I feel like Yeah, they're having some sort of a dark night of the soul here. And it's painful, I think, to really look at our mistakes in life and to really accept the fact that we're not perfect all the time and that sometimes, exactly like blame every we can't blame everyone else for our issues. It's like there's a certain amount of responsibility that we do have in our own lives for how we react to things. Like we can't choose what happens to us, but we choose how we react to it. So I think your person's kind of realizing that it's like they do have a certain, maybe in the past they had a certain tendency to overreact out of like anger or jealousy or sadness or whatever. And they're starting to see like, they need to start responding rather than maybe getting impulsive and reactive and then just like blowing things up and hurting people around them, and maybe just take a few hours to just calm down, meditate, and then look at things from a different perspective. Because when we're angry, it's like everything, our vision is so distorted, our third eye is very blocked by that. We can't see things clearly, but with this hangman, they're actually seeing things very clearly. And I think that's why it's like kind of stressing them out, is because they're almost seeing their dark side really intensely, and they're having to really face their dark side and like see the parts of themselves that need to be healed and worked on, and like definitely doing shadow work. So with this Four of Pentacles, this could be why they're holding back a bit. They could be, I'm hearing kind of like hermit mode, like they're kind of hiding away because they're having to really go within and process like some really difficult stuff. I'm also hearing like processing wounds from their childhood. I'm hearing parental issues. So whatever issues that they have with their parents, this is also involved in all of this, because they're having to see how their relationships and the patterns that they have are because of their attachment. Like attachment styles really do affect everything. So I think your person's examining their attachment style and seeing how their dad or their mom acting a certain way causes them to act this way in relationships. So I feel like your person is really thoroughly examining themselves in their life really intensely. So this is an interesting process and a time for them. We also have the Chariot and the Seven of Cups. So this person definitely wants to take movement and action towards you. They're definitely feeling very drawn to make a choice to come towards you as well. And again, I feel like maybe in the past your person was a bit, confused here. They didn't know what option to take. But I feel like with the Chariot, it's like they know that they need to move forward towards you. And I think that's why they're doing this shadow work, is because it's like they feel like they might have run away from this connection at a certain point because they were running from their problems, they're running from themselves. But now they're kind of realizing, as they're getting this clarity, that this is the choice that they really want, is to be with you. Like they really, really want this love, this connection. And so they're realizing that they actually do have to face the problems and the inner issues that they were running from. And so I think the chariot does kind of indicate a decision, a choice. For some of you, this could also be about traveling towards you. For those of you that makes sense for your relationship, this person wants to take some sort of action to move towards you in the physical world. So yeah, it's definitely, I don't feel so much confusion here though, because again, the chariot kind of indicates like a decisive choice, a decisive action based on intuition. So I think they're seeing clearly what choice to make, but it could be coming back to you, facing their shadows. It's the difficult choice in some ways, because they're having to really, it's not the easy choice of just ignoring their problems and just, choosing to, not work on themselves. It's a harder choice. It requires more inner work, but ultimately that's the most rewarding choice, because it actually will lead to some sort of emotional fulfillment. Whereas maybe they were kind of chasing illusions and fantasies in order to just like escape themselves, and really hearing like escapism. So this could have even been situations. This could have definitely been addictions also for your person. They could have had a tendency to numb their pain or dull their pain with different situations. That could also just be people, too, situations, places, things. It could be they shopped too much. You know what I mean? Just like it could really be a lot of things. But I think this person's having to work through their pain, not by numbing it, but by actually going into the wound and fixing it, which is difficult, but again, leads to much more wholeness. And then you're not constantly trying to fill that void with something else, because there is no longer a void to fill. And you're kind of more whole then. We also have the Star and the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, your person, you are like this guiding light to them. And I think that's kind of the theme of this reading, is your person's really going through a lot, but they are being guided to the light by you. You are their inspiration to do all this shadow work, because of this love that they have for you here with this Knight of Cups and the passion as well with the Knight of Wands. You really inspire them here. And so you inspire them also, what I'm seeing with this Six of Pentacles, to be more grateful and also to be more generous, to be kinder, to be more in service to the creator and to others than just being selfish. So it's like you're really helping your person become a better human being is really what I'm hearing. You're helping them to ascend. And then we also have the Three of Swords and the King of Cups. So yeah, that's the thing, is like your person, especially if there's a separation, your person really loves you here, the King of Cups. It's very, very deep, well-established emotions. They really care about you. Your heart is theirs and their heart is yours. And like, they really see that there's a lot of love in this connection. And that's why with the Three of Swords, it's like really, really hurting if there is a separation, or they're realizing how, they really hurt you in the past, for those of you that resonates. And it's like they're feeling your pain because, especially the Kingdom of Cups, they are also developing their empathy, which is interesting. I didn't even see these earlier. So definitely soulmate energy, could even be twin flame, divine counterpart energy, but take it as it resonates. So this person also recognizes you as their counterpart, as their person. And I think that's also in a way why it hurts so much if there's been damage done to this connection by this person, or just by situations maybe that they chose, because they're seeing that you are the other half of them. You are the other part of their soul, and so it's like hurting you. They're realizing it really was just hurting them too. Like, it wasn't just that they were hurting you and getting away with it. It's like it damaged them just as much as it damaged you. So this person's definitely having some sort of heart chakra awakening. Also, the Three of Swords can also indicate a lot of crying. So your person with this King of Cups, they're definitely in their feelings, probably crying a lot. And then with the Knight of Wands, again, yeah, a lot of passion wanting to pursue you here. But then again, like some sort of shame maybe about, it's like they want you and they love you, and then so it makes them feel really bad because they've hurt you in the past, and it's really sad for them to like hurt the person that they love most, is what I'm hearing. And they're really realizing that. But I feel like this is an important lesson for them, and they are just like gaining a lot of wisdom from this process. Clarify the Nine of Swords, pile one's person's current feelings for pile one, please. Clarify the Nine of Swords, pile one's person's current feelings. Patience, deception and envy, and triumph. Okay, so yeah, your person could have really been being deceptive. They could have been wearing a mask here in the past, to hide who they really are, to hide their feelings. That's that Seven of Swords energy, like just being just honest about. Yeah, I just feel like your person maybe had a hard time being honest about how they were feeling just in general because of some sort of anxiety and fear here, fear of rejection. But with this Temperance energy, this is healing. They are healing this within them. And they're going to come out of this successful and victorious with the Chariot, which is interesting. We have the Chariot twice. So it's like your person is healing this wound of insecurity. I think the Seven of Swords energy of hiding things comes from a place of like low self-esteem. It's like a fear of rejection. It's like a fear that others will reject your true self. So then you hide who you really are. So that if someone rejects you, it's like they're basically just rejecting a fake part of you and not the real you. So you don't have to like feel as hurt. So it's like as they're healing these core wounds, as they're doing the shadow work, they are starting to ultimately accept themselves. And when we accept ourselves, then we stop needing other people's acceptance as much. And that's when we start being more authentic, because like rejection from others isn't as scary anymore because we don't reject ourselves. So, someone says they don't like us, we're like, it's fine. Like, I love myself. Like, I don't need your approval. So I think your person's kind of coming into that energy. Clarify the Five of Swords, pile one's person's current feelings for pile one, please. Clarify the Five of Swords, pile one's person's current feelings for pile one. Okay, so what's going on here? Okay, so interesting. So we have temptation, which is that ego energy, that negative energy that maybe they were really in before, tempted by. Is again, this is like kind of like the Seven of Cups. It's almost like that temptation of illusions. It could be their ego being tempted to do things that are self-destructive, having to fight those fears. But then we have solitude. So it's like after maybe a time of self-destruction, of negative behavior, self-sabotaging, it's like your person has experienced a lot of pain and consequences to this behavior. And so with that Hermit energy, they've had to really go on an inner journey. It might be taking a while here with the Two of Wands, the waiting game. Maybe you've had to wait a long time for this person to heal, but I feel like it was a matter of time. And then we have victory and success with the Six of Wands and wisdom. So it's like the Six of Wands is all about confidence, and that's that ability to go after what you want because you feel that high self-esteem. So I feel like as your person heals, they're better able to step into that confident energy to actually have the self-esteem, the self-love in order to be able to pursue you. Because with this Hierophant energy, with wisdom, they've gotten in touch with their spirituality, and I feel like getting in touch with your spirituality and inner self is a really great way to build that confidence, because it comes from a confidence of knowing that you are loved and supported by the divine, and that you are more than just a human being. You're a soul, you have a purpose. And I feel like that gives a lot of strength to a person to integrate that. And I feel like maybe they've been really gaining some spiritual wisdom here on the path. And that's helping them to, again, see things more clearly and see where they went wrong in the past, because I think they're becoming more moral and virtuous, and they're starting to see where maybe they weren't in the past, and where just following their ego blindly with that temptation really led them astray, and it really ended up hurting them. And that if they had just listened to their heart, maybe a lot of pain could have been avoided between the two of you. But again, it's like we can't live in the past, we can't live in regret, because everything does happen for a reason. But I just am feeling like your person, what they've learned now in this connection, okay, what am I trying to say? So where your person is at now with with the lessons that they've learned, if they went back in time now with the knowledge they have, I definitely feel like they would have made different choices. Like a lot of maybe the things that they did that were really, really hurtful to you, those choices never would have been made, because this person has learned from those consequences, if that makes sense. So they've evolved, is what I'm feeling. All right. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one, please? What does pile one's person really want to say to pile one, please? Does pile one's person want to say to pile one? Does pile one's person want to say to pile one? Does pile one's person want to say? Does pile one's person want to say? Okay, let's see. I've been researching soul connections. I also heard I've been soul searching, so that could also be relevant. But this person's been researching soul connections, twin flames, if that resonates. And that's why also I think that actually explains the Hanged Man, because they're starting to like see like, oh, this is like a spiritual connection. That's why it's so crazy. That's why I, am hurt so much. And that's why this is all so intense, is like because this is deeper than just a normal relationship. And so I think that's helping them to like just come into wholeness about this connection and forgive a lot of the past. You're the only person I want to be intimate with, so there's a lot of passion here. That's also that Ten of Wands energy is a lot of passion. The Knight of Wands too, and it's like they're realizing you're the only person they want. Let's kiss and make up. To me, you're so much more than gorgeous, so much more than perfect. So this person thinks you're perfect, you're gorgeous. You changed my perspective on life and love. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Because we have the Hanged Man here. So yeah, you changed their perspective on life, on love, on the meaning of life. I feel like definitely they're starting to really, I feel like, get it more. Like they're starting to really wake up to the truth of like reality, and the purpose of why they incarnated. I'm so curious about you. You fascinate me. So they're very interested in you. The Page of Pentacles also definitely represents curiosity. And I could travel to the ends of the earth and never find a love like ours again. You are my one and only. So I think that's also something your person is realizing, is that like no matter how far they go, no matter where they go, who they meet, what they do, it's like they can't really replace this feeling, because again, for a lot of you, this is a twin flame or divine counterpart, deep soul connection. So it's like those are pretty, rare, and they're really realizing that it's like they will never really feel the same in this connection with somebody else again. Let's see, what else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? I want to make you feel like the happiest person alive. That's so sweet. So this person makes you wants to make you really happy. They want to make up for any pain they've caused you. Page of Pentacles is very sweet, kind of innocent energy as well. So it's like, I think this Five of Swords energy, they were probably in their false self, they were in their ego, but I feel like their true heart is very kind. I promise I will keep you in my heart always. Very sweet. All the signs point to you. Wow, interesting. So that's kind of what the Seven of Cups is about, is like, a lot of signs, synchronicities. They're like kind of seeing how, like, for example, in this card, you can see the Holy Spirit is kind of like glowing. And that's like, I think that's the enlightened path. So I think they're kind of seeing how that's what the universe is pointing to. It's almost like they feel like you're like glowing, like the lighthouse or something. So they're feeling like they're getting a lot of dreams, or they're just like hearing your name a lot, or just being reminded of this connection in weird synchronistic ways that they can't really like deny. So they're really seeing that, like, yeah, the universe is really sending me a lot of signs about this, and I think that's what's helped them to wake up. Is like, I feel like, take this as it resonates. I feel like for some of you, your person had a really crazy synchronicity happen to do with this connection in the recent past that was like just like mind blowing to them, and they had to like sit down and just like think about it for a long time because it was just so obviously a synchronicity, and it was like unexplainable really, other than through the lens of like spirituality, that they like really were like, wow, this is very powerful. And I think maybe that's why they started researching soul connections, is because they were like, there's no way to explain this. This is not a coincidence, you know what I mean? Let's see, what else does Pile One's person want to say to Pile One right now? What else does Pile One's person want to say to Pile One? Don't give up hope on me, please. So this person wants you to know that they are, I feel like very much planning to return to you. So they're like, maybe I'm disappointing you because I'm not communicating or I'm being weird, but don't give up hope on me because I am working on myself. And it's like, especially, I feel like they need your love energetically right now, especially because it seems like your person's really going through something with the Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords. See, we have, I'm thinking about you right now. So whenever you're seeing this, your person's thinking about you, daydreaming about you, or if they're asleep, they're dreaming about you. So, you're on their mind a lot. Let's see. Situations come and go, but you are my constant. My love for you never ceases. So for those of you where your person seemingly walked away from this connection for another situation, doesn't have to be a person, but whatever it is, maybe you asked them to change their behavior or let go of an addiction, and they chose that over you. They weren't really choosing that over you. They were choosing to run away from themselves, because I feel like, again, like, it's maybe more difficult having to be in this relationship because it's actually forcing them to work on themselves. But again, that's like what their higher self wants them to do, and that's them choosing themselves. So it's, if they didn't choose you, they also didn't choose themselves, and so they're not happy, I feel like, if they've made the what's it called, the more like superficial choice. It doesn't really bring lasting happiness. Like, lasting happiness comes from ascension, inner work. And so if it seems like your person's run off and they're having the time of their life, not taking life seriously, I feel like that's not an accurate thing, because it's like, I feel like people whose lives are just full of entertainment and just self pleasure, it's like at the end of the day they feel very empty inside. And like, this is a weird tangent, but you can see that with a lot of like, in Hollywood and like a lot of celebrities, is like they seem to have the perfect lives, but they're very broken inside. And I think a lot of it is, well, first of all, the culture and all the stuff that goes on in Hollywood, but also just I think that life of complete pleasure and service to self, it's like you're not really doing anything helpful for other people. So it's like there's just no, yeah, like real fulfillment that comes with that, if that makes sense. I have always loved you. So this person is saying like, they have always loved you and they always will. And I'm hungry for your loving. So this person's really craving you right now. They're really wanting you, because they do love you and they always have. And that's why they, I think, are even waking up more, is because they're realizing that this is just this desire for you that just never seems to really go away. Let's see. What else does Fablin's person want to say to Pile One? What else does Fablin's person want to say to Pile One? I long to tell you how much I love you every single day. So this person really wants to tell you how much you mean to them, that they love you. Maybe your person has a hard time telling you that they love you, but it's like they wish that they had the courage to be able to just tell you how they feel without being afraid. I'm a very sensitive and emotional person. That makes a lot of sense with the King of Cups. So even if you feel like your person doesn't have feelings or they hide them, if it seems like they're unemotional, it's because they're really, really hiding it. They're really repressing it. But I sense a deeply emotional energy from your person, and I think that's why maybe they overreact and get angry sometimes. Because anger is a secondary emotion. It comes from sadness. So, your person is maybe deeply sensitive and has a lot of these deep feelings. So then when they get triggered, it's like very like intense. I miss you so much when we don't talk. So if you and your person haven't been talking, they miss you so much. It's not just you missing them. We're fire and ice. This is interesting. So it's like you have this interesting chemistry where, one of you maybe is very like cool headed. The other one could be very fiery, explosive, or you guys could switch back and forth. But I feel like there's this really interesting chemistry between the two of you where it's almost like you're completely opposite, but then there is like this insane chemistry polarity because of how different you are. And I think that's also why there's a lot of magnetism here, is because there's just it's like you bring the things that they lack, and they bring the things that you lacked, and then you find this really interesting dance and balance between the two of you. Close your eyes, and I'm right by your side. I've shown you a side to me I usually keep hidden from others. So close your eyes, and they're with you, and then also they've maybe shown you their sensitive side and they've actually hidden that. We have you're the love of my life, so this person definitely sees that you're the love of their life, which is why they miss you so much. And then you've also you got me in the mood, and that's like the Knight of Wands energy. So there's a lot of complicated emotions here. I feel like there's multi layers to this. There's ultimately a really nice base of a lot of deep love, but then there's fears and passion as well going on. What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one, please? I send you telepathic messages of love. I'm becoming stronger and starting to see the greatness within myself. So this person is becoming stronger. They're starting to recognize that they do have greatness inside of themselves, becoming more genuinely confident, because they're starting to really love themselves. You are so fascinating and mysterious. You have so much depth I wish to explore, and you are my paradise. So you are their paradise. You are, I feel like, a place that makes them feel safe and at home. And it's like that Garden of Eden energy of just like perfected bliss is, I think, how they feel with you. Um, and I think it's maybe even scary for them to feel so much bliss with somebody because maybe they've never felt that before, and it's like they're afraid of being worthy of it, and then I think they're also afraid of losing it. Let's see. Pile one's person's current energy towards pile one, please. Pile one's person's current energy towards pile one. So we have this could be the one. So they definitely think that you could be the one here. You could be the person that they're meant to spend the rest of their life with, which is interesting because we also have you're the love of my life. We have playfulness. So they want to, have fun with you. They want to recapture the romance as well. I think that's what that Page of Pentacles energy is after maybe hard times, they want to just like flirt with you, kind of maybe dip their toe in the water and see how you're feeling about them. We have keep an open mind. So I think this is about them releasing expectations of, how things are supposed to go and just letting things kind of go freely as they're supposed to, and then make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So this person really wants to put in the effort because they know this is great love. And I think that was kind of what I was saying earlier, like with the chariot and everything and all that, is like, even though it's hard, maybe for them to apologize or admit their faults or do this shadow work, it's like, it's worth putting in the effort because this is, a really profound love that they're experiencing with you, and they don't want to lose it. Interesting. We have strategy. What else is pile one's person's current energy towards pile one? So with the strategy card, this is also a lighter aspect of the Seven of Swords energy. I don't always see the Seven of Swords as being extremely negative. It also is just be about being strategic. So that can be strategic about, plans, how to move forward, or strategic in terms of, hiding your feelings. But I feel like that also could really indicate your person's trying to figure out the right moves to come towards you. And then we have a woman holding a coin and door to value. So it's interesting. It's like they see you as this Queen of Pentacles energy, as it's like I don't feel like it's just door to value in terms of abundance. Like it's not like they're like trying to use you for cash or something. It's more that they see that there's just a lot of value to this connection to you. That this is a connection worth investing in. Exactly, it's worth taking the steps that they need to take because this is a precious connection. Like you are very precious to them. So I don't feel like this door to value is actually really about money. I think it's more about you are a valuable aspect of their life. And I feel like you're also very confident. And so this person sees that their life is just so much more abundant and happy with you. And I just saw the Ten of Pentacles. And that's that kind of energy of long term happiness, a really solid foundation. And they feel like they're not going to find that solid foundation. I'm also hearing you're very loyal. And so it's like this person sees that about you and they see that you could be someone who they would love to settle down with. And like that is emotional abundance is what I'm feeling. And I also feel that in their day-to-day life or whatever situation they're in, there's not a lot of emotional abundance there. It's like pretty empty and hollow. So take that as it resonates. Whereas again, like you breathe life into their soul is what I just heard. Interesting. Let's see. All right. Pile one. Advice for pile one, please. Advice for pile one, please. Advice for pile one. So you got Lord Shiva, transcendence, rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given, dance with the universe. So Shiva is here to help you to ascend and honor your inner self. I feel like also take the steps you're guided to take. And it's interesting, dance with the universe. So kind of going with the flow. Also, Shiva is he's, I believe, the destroyer. So he also destroys the ego. He can also remove obstacles, I feel like. And I feel like the ego could be an obstacle in this connection for your person. So I feel like your person is coming in, or Shiva is coming in to help your person's ego, I think, transcend. And then we have Isis, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Wow. So this is really powerful. So whatever your visions, if it is union with this person or just other things that you want in your life, stay focused on, your manifestations because they are becoming reality. So I think you're really getting in touch with your magician energy here. So, have faith. I feel like also for those of you, pay attention to the signs that your manifestations are coming. It's called I think it's called birds before landing. So if you start getting images of happy couples or you start seeing happy couples or whatever else you're manifesting, you start seeing other people with it or you receive small indications of your manifestation. I feel like that's a sign from spirit that it's on the way. Um, let's see. More advice for pile one, please. Or advice for pile one. Body, show me divine how to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. So this is about self-acceptance. This could be about just accepting any imperfections you think you may have and just understanding that you are perfect just the way you are and that you should accept your body because it is a divine gift. And patience. If you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now. Help me relax and trust. Every need will be met. Often change soon follows. So I feel like this is about surrendering to patience, the time it's taking, maybe for your person to come into your life. And it's interesting, I think temperance came up earlier as well. So, just letting your person be, letting this situation be, and then relax and trust that your needs will be met. And then I feel like that's going to actually help shift things in this connection or just in general. This could definitely also just be about other things you're manifesting as well. All right, let's get you some last messages from your person. What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one, please? I'm sad, so they're sad. They miss you. What else does pile one's person want to say? And that makes a lot of sense because the Nine of Swords and the Three of Swords, that's definitely very sad energy. I would give it all to you. You can read my mind. So you might be telepathic with this person. You mean so much more to me than you know. Interesting. I act distant to protect myself, and I'm much more into you than I've ever told you. Interesting, because we have sorry, you mean so much more to me than you know, and I'm much more into you than I've ever told you. So this person maybe really did struggle with this communication, which could have caused a lot of confusion on your end, is like you just didn't know how this person felt because they never really admitted to you how much they really do love you. Pile one's person's overall energy towards pile one. I'll just take these ones. We have the world. So that's about completing cycles, maturing, growth. Um, the Knight of Pentacles, Leo, wanting to bring you an offer in the physical world, and the Four of Swords. So this is that healing that they're going through right now. But I feel like they're going to be completing these cycles. I'm also hearing karmic cycles as they heal, because with karmic situations, it's a matter of those. Okay, so karmic situations fit into our lives because of the wounds that we haven't healed. So it's like the broken pieces of ourselves fit perfectly with the broken pieces of maybe other people or just situations. But then as soon as we heal those wounds, it's like karmic situations tend to just fall apart, or we just lose that connection with that person. There's no more attraction there at all to a situation or thing, person, because we're no longer operating from that wound anymore. And so I feel like because this is a very ascended love connection, it's like this person has to heal those wounds if they are in a comic situation, because then they're just going to not repeat those patterns anymore. And as they ascend, they're going to come more in alignment with you and this really divine connection, if that makes sense. What else if Falwyn lose to tears? Okay, so we have this little evergreen pine tree. So your love is evergreen, it doesn't die. This is, interesting. This is Pope John Paul II. As the family goes, so does the nation, so goes the whole world in which we live. Which is essentially, okay, so I picked this up because I was reading, I think, The Power by Rhonda Byrne, and there's like a quote, I don't know if it's from him, but from someone else, where it talks about how, if the family is healed, I think it was Confucius, perhaps. It's like if the family is healed, then the nation will heal, and then the world will heal. So it's like healing even something as small as maybe this relationship or your relationship with your family or something like that. It has profound effects, because the more healed people individually are in the world, it's like that changes everything, if that makes sense. So it's like you have a bigger impact on the world than you realize maybe. This is, says, love my cat. So you might have a cat you really love. Let's see. We have this sacral chakra. So that's about creation, confidence. It's also about all that passion your person feels for you. We have this eagle. So this is kind of them keeping an eye on you, eagle-eyed. This chili pepper. So again, heat, passion. Maybe like spicy food. We have the letter H, which I feel like stands for hope. The letter V, it's like victory, and the letter D, I don't know what that stands for. I'm here like domination, which you could take that many ways, but also that could just be about like your person dominating their fears, like conquering their fears. We have this tower, so yeah, wanting to build a home with you here. This match, so a lot of passion, and this little triceratops. So I feel like this is the sign your person is a gentle giant. All right, pile one, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Sending you abundance and bliss. Take care. All right, bye bye. Hello, pile two, lovely people. What's up? Hope you're doing well. It's great to have you. All right, let's look at your person's current feelings for you. Pile two, what are pile two's person's current feelings for pile two, please? What are pile two's person's current feelings for pile two, please? What are pile two's person's current feelings for pile two? What are pile two's person's current feelings for pile two, please? What are pile two's person's current feelings for pile two? What are pile two's person's current feelings for pile two? See, we have the King of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, Knight of Cups, Page of Swords, the Hermit, Strength, Free of Wands, King of Wands, the Empress, the Eight of Pentacles, Two of Swords, and the Magician. Okay, so the King of Cups and the Hermit. So your person's definitely going within right now with this Hermit energy, really examining their life and I feel like themselves also. And the King of Cups shows really, really deep feelings that they have for you. There's a lot of emotions that your person is kind of integrating right now. And I think with the Hermit, they're really going within and tapping in with these deep feelings and kind of exploring them as well, starting to really understand themselves and maybe just starting to really gain some wisdom as well. The Hermit is a very wise energy. This person is maturing as well, I think, emotionally. Let's see, we have the Five of Wands and the Strength card. So what I'm hearing from this is like this: there's kind of there's a battle going on in your person's mind and kind of heart right here. You can kind of see that with the Strength card. This is, to me, this represents the ego and the higher self, and also kind of like the divine feminine and the masculine in some ways. So it's like we have our pride here with the lion, even our anger and, just feeling better than other people or just insecurities as well. So we have that lion, which maybe kind of hurts people without thinking and that kind of stuff, maybe acts more irrationally, just more like, yeah, like animalistic, less evolved. But then with this beautiful person here, this like angelic figure, there's this love and compassion that kind of starts to enter our heart and kind of make us question the way that we treat other people and helps us to evolve. So that's like our higher self kind of taming the ego. And with this Five of Wands, that's kind of representing this inner conflict that's going on right now. So it's like your person's higher self is taming their ego. So I think that's why there's this maturity coming through with your person of the King of Cups and the Hermit, is because this little light and inside of this lantern that kind of represents the divine, that could also represent the higher self. So they're starting to follow the path of light is what I'm hearing, but their ego isn't really going down without a fight, which is often how it is. The ego doesn't want to let go of its control. It's like it's a very fearful part of ourselves. It's very like primal. It fears its own destruction. And I feel like these twin flame deep soul connections do kind of bring about ego dissolution because these relationships do not function if there is ego involved or too much ego involved. And so I think that's why your person is having to mature, is because they're starting to realize that ego doesn't have a place in this kind of love. So yeah, I feel like just a lot of times, in karmic relationships, it's very easy like to play games, like that all kind of works, but it's like it just doesn't work to be inauthentic in these deep soul connections, because there also is a lot of telepathy involved and just a knowing of the other person's true feelings on some level. So it's a lot harder to hide your real self in these connections, and oftentimes they are designed to bring the real self out, the higher self out in us, bring our divinity out, which is what I feel like with this magician energy. Is like your person's becoming the magician. I kind of see this as the high priest in a way too, the shaman, who's able to create their reality because they've worked on themselves. They worked on their mind in order to cultivate the reality that they want. Also, this shows a certain amount of desire that they want to manifest you into their life. They are craving you. They're wanting you. So we also have the Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. So your person's on a journey towards you. This shows that they've actually made progress towards you. Because if they were just in the Two of Wands energy, that's about planning, but not necessarily movement. But the Three of Wands reminds me of that energy of like, all paths lead home. All paths lead back to you is what I'm feeling, especially that Empress energy. So even if it seems like your person's off doing their own thing, they are actually making steps towards you, even if it doesn't seem like it in the physical world. Because I feel like as they go inwards to their inner self and they discover themselves, they're also coming to you, they're coming home within themselves. And I feel like the more they come home to themselves, the more they come home to you, because there's some sort of mirrored energy here is what I'm feeling. And the Seven of Pentacles shows that they are very invested in you. They want to plant seeds in this connection. They want to watch this grow because they see that, especially as they integrate their higher self more into their awareness, they see how valuable this connection is. The more spiritual they become, I think the more they are attracted to this connection, because they're starting to really want something deeper, relationships that are more meaningful. That's what they're really wanting, is like something meaningful in their life, something that has like a higher purpose, if that makes sense. So your person is desiring to come to you, come towards you. This is the pre Four of Wands energy. This is like pre reunion. So it's like they're on their little journey to come towards you. King of Pentacles and King of Wands. Again, a lot of maturity from your person. Yeah, they're very loyal to you here with the King of Pentacles. They also have a lot of passion for you with the King of Wands, and I think the King of Wands also shows they are visualizing, the path home. I'm hearing they're visualizing the path to union with you. How they're going to come home to you, how they are going to, show you that they really do care, that they are committed. This person's also very excited by you, very tempted by you. They really desire you. You give them a lot of just excitement. You have passion, excitement. I feel like your person, um, it's like the perfect combination of like loyalty, excitement, and then love too. So it's not just, a stable but boring relationship. There's like passion and heat and fire, but there's also stability, and then there's love too. So this is a really beautiful energy with the King of Pentacles, King of Cups, and the King of Wands. So this person has really solid feelings towards you. It's like I'm hearing like mind, body, and soul. So that's really beautiful, and heart as well. We also have the Hanged Man and the Empress. So yeah, definitely seeing things from a different perspective. I think they're seeing things from a more spiritual lens as well. I definitely sense your person is tapping in with their spirituality. Like they are evolving spiritually. They're starting to really understand just your perspective as a person. Also, I'm just getting a sense of like really profound respect for your person. The King of Pentacles is a very respectful person as well, very loyal, respectful, honest, and they have a lot of dignity is what I'm hearing, which is interesting. So I think they are wanting to respect you here at the Empress because they see you as their ideal feminine energy in their life. I'm definitely hearing ideal wife, husband, partner, etc., girlfriend, boyfriend, but it's like just their ideal person to settle down with. And I think this person is learning to respect the feminine energy is really what I'm hearing. Because I think there's in some ways a culture of, um, only valuing women for their, especially if you are feminine or if you're a woman, it's like only valuing women for the way that they look or their bodies or whatever, and not necessarily like their soul. But I feel like your person is starting to break that conditioning and they're starting to see you as a soul, as a person, not just a body or a beautiful face. Like there is something much more profound to this. It's like they love you for your soul because they're starting to really see through the illusion and starting to see you for exactly who you are as a being of light, as a being of love. And I think that's really sweet. So that's why they value you, is because they see your divinity as well. And that's what this hangman is about, is they're just really starting to understand things from a different perspective. They're starting to just, again, really respect you. Um, which is really beautiful. So we have the Knight of Cups, so bringing you this love offer, wanting to come towards you, give you love, show you that they care about you, really pursue you in a loving way. And they want to put the work in as well. I think in this relationship, they want to work hard at maybe winning you over as well, seducing you, romancing you. Maybe taking you to cool places, going out on nice dates, that kind of thing, buying you things, just showing you that they care. It's like this person really wants to show you affection. They want to show you they want to show you the love that they have for you. And also with that Eight of Pentacles, they're definitely working on themselves, I think. We also have the Page of Swords and the Two of Swords. So for some of you, it could be that your person is having to make some sort of decision here. They could be at a crossroads in their life somehow. They might be having to choose to walk away from a situation in order to be with you. So I think that's also could be playing out here, is like they know they need to make a choice to leave something behind. But I feel like that Three of Wands, it seems like they're on their way. They're on their way back to you. But again, I think with the Page of Swords, it's like they're also maybe kind of, for some of you also, it's like they could be debating whether or not to reach out to you. And with the Page of Swords, they're kind of like keeping an eye on your social media, or just like an eye on you in general to kind of like test the waters and see if you're receptive to them before they bring in this love offer. So it could be still that they're like maybe kind of going back and forth about maybe confessing their feelings or something. And they're just kind of trying to observe the situation and see if it's safe to come towards you. But that also could be what this mental conflict is about here with this Five of Wands energies. Again, that kind of ego versus higher self energy is maybe still playing out a little bit in the background of your person's mind. So, don't take it personally if it seems like they're not taking action or something. I think they're still having to fight their demons, is what I'm hearing. So just giving them space to do that, let them deal with that. Maybe you probably don't want to have to be involved in that process. It could be kind of painful. You don't want to get caught in the crossfire of their mental confusion. Clarify the Five of Wands, pile two's person's current feelings for pile two. Okay, look at this. So we have trapped in fear. So that's the ego, the Eight of Swords. Yeah, so your person might have been trapped in fear, and that's what's causing this indecision or mental conflict is because of their fears of their demons. But we also have, okay, this is crazy. Look, we have mental conflict exactly with the Two of Swords. It's so funny. I kept saying that over and over. So yeah, trapped in fear, this mental conflict, but we do have the Nine of Cups, but it's like they know that you are their wish fulfillment done. I think that's what's causing so much mental conflict is that they're like, maybe their fears are telling them to just play it safe and not come towards you, but then they like feel so much love with you that they know that you're their wish fulfillment with the Empress definitely. And so then they're having to like actually deal with these fears head on because we have interesting, we have the base chakra and the sacral chakra. So this is the root and the sacral. So those are their very first chakras. So they're really having to work through, I feel like, wounds around safety and around, I think, feeling deserving of pleasure here with the sacral chakra, feeling worthy of, bliss and happiness in their life. So there could have been some wounds around maybe money as well for your person. Take that as it resonates, or just, I think the Nine of Swords can kind of come from, or not Nine of Swords, but that fear. Kind of comes from a feeling of being unsafe. So maybe your person had a tumultuous childhood or something where they felt unsafe a lot, and that's what this mental conflict is like they don't feel safe maybe coming towards you because of some really deep fears there from their childhood. But I feel like that's something that's being healed right now. And then the sacral chakra is creating your reality. And that's kind of like the magician energy. It's about manifestation, what you want to birth into creation, and having the confidence maybe in their ability to manifest what they really want in life, which I feel like is you with that Nine of Cups energy. Um, it's like what I'm hearing is like they know you're the perfect one for them. It's just a matter of them feeling like they're perfect for you in some ways. Let's see, clarify the Two of Swords, pile two's person's current feelings for pile two. Clarify the Two of Swords. Clarify the Two of Swords. Oh yeah, this makes a lot of sense. So okay, let's see what's going on here. So we have obstacles and challenges here with the Five of Wands. Interesting came up over here as well. So it's like for some of you, there really could be a karmic situation that they need to leave behind. It doesn't have to be a person, of course. Or it could just be those karmic fears that keep them stuck. But it's like they're having to overcome some really difficult obstacles to move towards you. But here we have stand your ground, the Seven of Wands. But they are, again, battling their demons. They are standing their ground. They're standing up for what they really want. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Interesting, came out again over here. So this is patience and planning. So they are planning to return to you here, though, with this spiritual union. This is the Two of Cups. So it's like even if they're battling their fears, facing these obstacles, having to really, fight their way through this darkness, it's like they still are planning for a future with you here. They're planning to reconcile with you here. And that's kind of exactly what this Three of Wands, Seven of Pentacles energy over here is. It's like they're planning, their way back to you, how to come home to you for that Four of Wands, that reunion, that reconciliation. Let's see. I think that's the energy I wanted from those cards. All right, let's get some messages from them and see what they want to say to you now. All right, what does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two, please? What does Pile Two's person really want to say to Pile Two? What does Pile Two's person really want to say to Pile Two, please? What does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? I'm always scared it's going to fly into the Kent. that'll be an interesting day if that ever happens. All right. What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? Um, Meet me in the fifth dimension and show me your love. Interesting. So yeah, they're really craving your love here. They want you to meet them in the fifth dimension, connect telepathically, especially if they are kind of going through something right now, maybe are able to connect with you a lot in the physical world. For some of you, they literally could be in the middle of like leaving the karmic situation. So it's like they're just kind of focused on that kind of in their reality, having to extract themselves from something. So, they might not really have the energy to connect with you physically. Or again, it's like I kind of am reiterating this, but it's like if they are in the middle of this conflict, you don't want to be caught in the crossfire, especially if they're in a lot of anger kind of towards their karmic situation or something like that. It's like it's better for you guys maybe to connect in the fifth dimension for now. Heaven is a place on earth with you, so they feel that this is their heaven on earth, and that's why they're motivated to come back to you. I want to experience the bliss of oneness with you. So definitely wanting to feel that bliss, that pleasure with you. I could never get bored of you. Every day feels like a new adventure. So with you, so they're like definitely seeing that a life lived with you would be very fun, adventurous, and there'd be a lot of passion and enjoyment. I get lost in thoughts and fantasies of you. So yeah, they definitely fantasize about you a lot too. Um, you make me feel things I've never felt before. Underneath my mask, I have nothing but pure love for you. So underneath their mask, or like how they show up in your reality, maybe in a negative way, or they pretend to be happy without you or something, it's like they have pure love for you though underneath it all. Ever since I first fell in love with you, I haven't been able to stop. You add so much vibrance and beauty to my life, and I only have eyes for you. Ooh, yes, with the Empress. They find you to be supremely beautiful here, supremely handsome as well, if that is how you take the compliment, but very gorgeous either way. Um, I feel like gorgeous as a gender neutral compliment, so I feel that they find you very gorgeous. Um, all right. What else does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? What else does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? What else does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? I want to be in a committed relationship with you. So, yes, they feel like they want a commitment with you here. That makes sense because we have the Two of Cups coming out, and that is about a committed relationship. Um, So if you are already committed to this person, and again with that King of Pentacles energy, I always see that as like whether or not there's a commitment in this relationship, like a verbal commitment, they are committed to you. Um, I promise I will keep you in my heart always. I will always love you. So two messages of them always loving you. I fell in love the first time I saw you, so this is definitely love at first sight for them. And then again, I feel like they've just been falling more deeply in love with you since then. And oh, this is so sweet. In our hearts, we are always in union. So they're letting you know that even if there seems to be situations or something or obstacles between the two of you, you're always together inside of your hearts. You're always in union there. You can kind of connect to them there in the fifth dimension if you feel like you miss them. What else does Pile Two's person really want to say to Pile Two? What else does Pile Two's person really want to say to Pile Two, please? What else does Pile Two's person really want to say to Pile Two? Um, you're so fascinating and mysterious. You have so much depth I wish to explore. So you're very mysterious and interesting to them. That's that High Priestess energy, and I think that's why they don't get bored of you, is because you're very exciting, and that's definitely what that King of Wands energy. They like to be excited. They like to be um, yeah, they like the excitement here. It's like you're unpredictable, but not in a bad way. It's just like you're not boring. Like you're always coming up with interesting ideas, and you're always, doing interesting things. I feel like you have a lot of really cool passions. You could be a very spiritual person. Maybe you're into like esoteric studies. You guys could even be into like tarot or something like that. But this person thinks it's really interesting, whatever stuff you do. Maybe you're an artist. I now understand we have a deep soul connection, and this is no ordinary relationship. Wow. So that's coming through for sure. And I think that's kind of maybe even driving this mental conflict, is because it's like they kind of know that this is a spiritual connection and that they can't really, fight it anymore. It's like they kind of or surrendering to that. I need some time to go within and process my feelings. It makes a lot of sense with the hermit energy. They're kind of in hermit mode, processing the spiritual connection. It might have just been something that came out of the blue. It hit them out of the blue. Maybe they stumbled across an article on soulmates or twin flames, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this explains everything with pile two so much, like why we get so triggered, or like why we're in separation, that kind of stuff." And they're kind of having to like integrate that, like sit back and be like, "Wow, this is really a big deal, actually." You soothe my wounds with your love, and when you're gone, they hurt more than ever. So, this is about those inner wounds that kind of come up during separation, or just during even being together, just the things that are triggered. Um, that a lot of times we can kind of like, especially when we're unhealed, we can kind of use our twin flame or our soulmate or, people to kind of fill voids that we have within ourselves. And then if there is a separation, it kind of forces us to purge those wounds and actually work on them, because it's like the bandage is like ripped off of those wounds. I need to feel fully ready and confident within myself before I can approach you with an offer. And that makes sense. We also have to, I think, heal this mental conflict, like come to a place of, decision. Um, and I think that also does come with their confidence as well. It could really be their self-esteem issues that are part of why they are indecisive, is because they have negative self-talk. I need time to clear my head and align with my heart and soul truth. Exactly. So they need to align with their soul truth. And I feel like their soul truth will lead them to you, because you are part of their soul, I feel like. And so, two messages of needing time. So if it seems like, there's a lot of time being taken in this connection, I feel like this is just a message of patience, because it will all be worth it. Your person will be just a lot more like a functional person, and just generally more enjoyable to be around as they heal, because they'll be able to actually like show you love, show up for you in the way that you really want them to, that you deserve. Um, I definitely just heard like separation could have been divine protection from this person's, issues, their demons that they are having to face. Please don't give up on me. What else does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? What else does Pile Two's person want to say to Pile Two? And that makes sense. So it's like, I think this person is maybe acknowledging that they are taking a long time to process these feelings, to go with them. They might just be really confusing you. You might not know what's going on. And it's like they're saying, like, I know maybe I'm being difficult. I know I'm confusing you. I know I'm taking a long time, but please don't give up on me, because I'm trying really hard to become better, to work on myself. I know I need to change my ways and become a better person. Yeah, that makes so much sense here. I get really jealous sometimes when I think about you being with other people. It hurts my heart. So they definitely don't want you to move on. And I feel like they definitely understand how that's kind of difficult, because they maybe are not taking action, or they're just being distant or quiet, or it seems like they're taking a long time. But it's like they they get really jealous, and they don't want to lose you, because like with that Empress energy, there's only one Empress. They can't find that again. You give me butterflies. I'm so mad at myself for how I've treated you. So they could have just really hurt you in the past, and they're really angry at themselves for doing that. And I think that's also what that mental conflict is. They could be kind of beating themselves up a bit internally for the things that they've done and said to you. My inner child is currently expressing itself. So this is kind of a message for like, if your person seems like they're being hurtful or kind of immature, it's because they've regressed to a childhood wound, and they're basically expressing themselves from um, an inner child wound. And so just not taking things personally if it seemed like your person's being dramatic or hurtful, because it's very likely they regressed to like age 5 or something. So just kind of like do them as you would a child tantruming, with compassion, and it's like understanding, where it's like, I understand you're hurting, I'm sorry that you were hurting. And then just kind of letting them calm themselves down. I didn't even know it was possible for me to love someone as much as I love you, and I desire intimacy with you on every level. So they do really want this physical, spiritual, emotional intimacy, and I feel like that's kind of what I was speaking of earlier with all the different kings. Is it's like this isn't just a passionate connection. This is also a loving connection. This is also a connection with a lot of stability and safety and ground and energy. So it's like it's like the perfect elements for a really beautiful, harmonious relationship. It's just a matter of, I feel like, both of you healing your inner wounds. All right, so now let's look at their energy. What is Pile Two's person's current energy towards Pile Two? What is Pile Two's person's current energy? We have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And that's what they're realizing here, that this is worth the effort, because this is great love. This is, really, I'm here once in a lifetime. What else is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? What else is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? You deserve love. You are lovable. So this is them learning this themselves, that they are lovable. I think this is also their higher self coming to you, pile two, to tell you that you are lovable. And again, no matter how this person has treated you, you are lovable. It's just their issues, so do not take it personally. In the book, The Four Agreements, I definitely recommend reading it. Don Miguel Ruiz, I think. There is like one of the agreements is just to never take anything personally. That was a really good book. I definitely recommend reading it. Again, you can get it for like $4 used on eBay if you're interested. I don't know why that came up, but it was very powerful for me to read that. We have flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. So they really want to flirt with you. They want to be light-hearted with you. And they want to put in the effort. Maybe they feel like they need to put more effort in to flirt with you, to show you how attractive they find you, to show you how lovable that you are, show you the love that you deserve. See, what else is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? What else is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two, please? Okay, so we have journey. This reminds me of the chariot. So there could be, again, like distance for some of you guys. This person has to pack their bags and come home to you, and that's kind of actually what the Three of Wands represents. But this could also be that inner journey they're going on, with the Hermit, going on that inner journey to discover themselves and you. But this could definitely, again, be about coming to find you, coming to be with you. That definitely reminds me of the Three of Wands. So they're coming back to you, is what I feel. Oh, wow, we have anxiety, but I think they could be really anxious about this. They could be anxious about returning to you, though, as well, because maybe they've really hurt you in the past, and it's like scary to come home, or they're just scary about making those moves towards you. But then we have community, and this kind of reminds me of like the Ten of Pentacles, kind of like Three of Cups energy as well. Like, this reminds me of reunions. So it's like you're part of their soul family as well. So it's like, I think this is also saying you're one of their best friends. So it's like they want to come on this journey to reunite with you, to reunite with their community as well. I mean, this could be other people that they care about, especially if you're a person, for those of you, they lived far away and they need to come home. It could be about reuniting with other people that they care about in their lives, like their family. So it's like your person's feeling very inspired to rejoice with you and to return to you here. But then I think there is some anxiety about maybe if you'll accept them if they come back to you. All right, so let's get you some advice now. Um, all right, advice for pile two, please. Advice for pile two. Advice for pile two. Advice for pile two. I definitely feel like your person is leaving behind karmic situations. I was just getting that for sure. Um, this could be about they have to leave behind a community of maybe people that don't resonate with them anymore. So take it as it resonates. We have Horus, Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. See, if you thought this person would never leave that situation, or things are never going to change between the two of you, I feel like this is a sign there is movement, and that's what I feel with that journey energy. Your person is on the move. So also this is saying your thoughts are very powerful, so make sure you focus on what your desired outcome is, and not get caught up in fears and like what ifs or like how it's going to happen. Just expect it to happen and kind of let it go. And then we have Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Okay, look, we have miraculous changes are occurring, and look, allow a miracle to occur. So there's definitely miracles happening in your connection. So don't have doubt in that. You need to trust heaven, and that you are safe, and surrender these concerns. It could be, if fears do crop up for you about how this is going to happen, if your person's coming back to you, surrender those concerns, because there is something miraculous happening here. And that's two confirmations of that. And I feel like that's, there's no such thing as coincidences. So Spirit's definitely wanting you to know that. All right, and then I'm going to get you some of these cards as well. More advice for pile two, please. hardship. May I embrace what's happening right now, as baffling or painful as it is. Help me, God, to trust where you are guiding me. I am yours. So if this has been, a dark night of the soul period for you as well, this separation from your person, or whatever's going on between the two of you, it's been really, really hard, or there's something else apart from this connection that's hard. So help me, God, to trust where you are guiding me. I am yours. May I embrace what's happening right now, as painful or baffling as it is. So just surrendering those concerns again, embrace what's going on so then you can move past it. And that, spirit is guiding you somewhere. Even if it seems like all the doors are closed, there's a window open somewhere. And I feel like you have to just trust that you'll find it. What else is pile two's, or sorry, advice for pile two, advice for pile two. Advice for pile two. Does pile two need to hear? Okay. Oh, it says money. All my finances are now in divine order. Love itself knows my needs and is the source for all. I needn't cling to gain or fear loss. Every need will be met through offering all to the divine. So this definitely is very true. When we start surrendering our finances to the divine and knowing that, it's not our money, it's God's money. Again, It's Not Your Money by Tosha Silver is a really great book, but surrendering all those financial concerns and knowing that our needs will be abundantly met, that's when it really just does start to come in, because we stop fearing that we're going to lose it all, because we know that we have a safety net of divine support. And that's when money just starts appearing out of nowhere, or you start getting really good ideas for different things that you need to do, or you get the motivation to finally do that soul project, which brings in a bunch of abundance. So definitely that is very true. So surrender your financial abundance to the divine and know that you will be provided for. No matter what the economy looks like or the world looks like, you will be provided for. All right. Let's get some final messages from your person. What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? I want to be better for you. Totally. Let's start a family. So very cute. So if that's possible for the two of you, or that's even something you want, this also is just about let's move in together. Let's be a family. Let's combine our families as well. Could be about adopting some cats or something. I'm going through it right now. So they are going through it. They're going through a dark night of the soul. I'm coming to see you. Interesting. That's like the Three of Wands energy. They're coming to see you. I want to be yours. That's also a channeled song is Wanna Be Yours by the Arctic Monkeys. I love that song. And then you plus me equals love. So there is love here. They know that. I'm going to get some of their energy, pile two's person's overall energy towards pile two. So we have the Four of Pentacles and the Lovers, the Hierophant, Page of Wands. Okay, this is interesting. So the Four of Pentacles is kind of fear. I think this could be about maybe those root chakra issues that were coming up earlier. It's interesting, this card about money and trusting the divine to take care of your needs. Maybe your person also kind of stresses about money here, because that's that fear of loss. I think this is also about maybe the jealousy that was coming up too, is that your person could actually be more possessive over you than you know. Maybe they hide their jealousy, or they haven't told you that they get jealous, but this person is quite possessive of you, I think, because they are afraid of losing you. We have the Hierophant and the Lovers. So this is that divine love, very spiritual connection here. They're seeing that this is a spiritual love as well. And then the Page of Wands, this is about, I feel like this also could be about travel, coming towards you, but that's that adventure excitement, wanting to reach out to you, feeling inspired. Let's see, what does Fausto need to hear? What does Fausto need to hear? This says love, so they love you. They're this American flag, so freedom. Your person is freeing themselves from things, freeing themselves from what no longer serves. This star, so it's you're their guiding light. There's a lot of hope and healing. Oh, I love this. This doesn't come out in a while. This is my soulmate charm. We have these beautiful little birds. And it kind of reminds me, I'm going to show it to you again because it's so cute, but it kind of reminds me of them wanting to build a nest with you here. So that's that, let's start a family kind of, they really could, this person really could want to have children with you, if that makes sense for your connection. Or it's even if that's not possible, it's they would dream about what your children would be like. We have the letter Y, the number 3, which is ascended masters. We have this trains. This is trains. The message here is that your person is coming towards you, just kind of like really quickly, because it's like trains. It's very hard to stop a train. Like once the train gets going, it doesn't stop. I mean, it can, but you know what I mean? It's, you can't really put the brakes on it. So it's like your person's just kind of chugging towards you. And so just have faith in that. Look, we have faith coming through. We have a little key. So you have the key to their heart, a little book. So again, this reminds me of the Hierophant wisdom. Your person could be reading spiritual texts. We also have this little cross. So Christ consciousness energy. Maybe your person is learning more about Christianity, or like what that is, for some of you guys, if that resonates. And then we have this little dove. So this is hope and peace. This is them wanting to bring peace into this connection, maybe after a period of difficulty. All right, pile 2, thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. Sending you abundance and bliss. Take care. All right, bye-bye. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading, my beautiful friends. I hope you're doing super well today. It's lovely to have you. All right, pile 3. How's pile 3's person currently feeling about pile 3, please? Pile 3's person's current feelings towards pile 3. How's pile 3's person currently feeling about pile 3? How's pile 3's person currently feeling about pile 3? How's pile 3's person currently feeling about pile 3? Pile 3's person currently feeling about pile 3? So we have the Sun, 7 of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, 6 of Cups, 4 of Swords, 9 of Wands, the Queen of Wands. Actually, I'm going to scoot these all over. I'll put one more card over here. So the Tower, the 9 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, the Page of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, see 8 of Pentacles, and then to the Page of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. So we have the Sun and the Queen of Wands. So your person definitely feels like you are this sunshine energy in their life. You are incredibly magnetic and beautiful there at the Queen of Wands. You really seduce them. I feel like you don't even really have to try. This person is just naturally very attracted to you. There's just like a high magnetism in this relationship. Let's see, we also have the 7 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles. So what I'm hearing from this is like your person has some sort of self-esteem issues that really caused them to run away from you in this connection. Because with this 9 of Pentacles, there's something about them being very intimidated by you here. It's like they were scared to face you or show you how they truly felt about you, because of this like intimidation factor. Like this person finds you like extremely attractive and just like very perfect. And I think because of their own self-image issues, it's like they just didn't feel like they can approach you, because they just felt like they deserve to be rejected by you because you're just like so much better than them. And that's like, I think that's from their mouth. That's not what I'm saying. I don't think that at all. It's just, I feel like that was like your person's inner voice. That's kind of what they were saying to themselves. It's like, this person's out of my league. I'll never be good enough. So I might as well just run away and hide my feelings, because it's never going to happen the way I want it to. They're never going to love me back. So I feel like that's also why your person maybe wore masks with you or pretended like they didn't care. It was because they really just cared too much about what you thought of them, that they almost like couldn't even handle being in your life. Especially the Queen of Wands. It's just like you might not even realize how attractive you are to them and like other people as well. Like with the Sun and the Queen of Wands, you're just like a beam of light. You're just like probably the most magnetic person like ever. And so that light, that bright light, that incredible beauty and just magnetism and high energy that you have, is just like overwhelming for this person, because you like shine light on all their fears and insecurities. And of course, it's not your fault. It's just like probably what needs to happen. But it's like you just bring up a lot of insecurities for this person. What I'm hearing is they've never really been afraid of someone before they met you. Like maybe they never struggled to talked to people, or they've never like felt insecure, unconfident in relationships before because maybe they felt very attractive, or like they thought they were confident until they met you, and then they realized that they have a lot more work to do on their self-esteem than maybe they realized. And so I think that's why we have this Two of Pentacles, Page of Cups energy, is it's like they go back and forth in their head a lot about reaching out to you. But the Page of Cups, they do want to reach out to you. They want to talk to you. They miss you. They love you. They want to flirt with you. But this is also showing the Page of Cups is very, very sensitive. So your person also is very sensitive to how you would receive them. And I think they also are very sensitive to rejection. And even if you've never rejected this person before, it's like they feel like maybe you should, or that they deserve to be rejected because of some sort of shame thing I think they have. And so then it makes it very difficult for them to come towards you because they're very afraid of how you would reply. And so I think it's like 1 second they're like, oh my gosh, I want to text pile for you, I want to reach out to them, I want to talk to them. They're my person, I miss them. But then it's like they get this anxiety and this fear, and they're like, no, I feel safer just staying away from them, worshiping them from a distance is what I'm hearing. So that's how they're feeling, is it's like on one hand they want to come towards you, but on the other hand they get so scared of maybe being rejected by you. So I'm going to put these cards over here for now. We also have the Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So again, this is another sign of wanting to reach out. The Page of Pentacles definitely reminds you of a text message or a call. Could be an email. However you guys talk, this person does want to reach out to you because with this Ten of Cups, they see that you are their ultimate happiness, that this is where they want to spend their life is with you, where they want to spend their energy, put their energy towards is this happy life with you, is this long-term abundance. And it's like, they just feel like you guys could have it all together. And it's like they almost can see the future you guys could have together, the life you could live together. And it is so beautiful that it's like they want to take action towards it. But then again, it's like with the Seven of Swords energy, they have all this fear of maybe not even being deserving of it. For a lot of you, your person maybe never had a happy family growing up, so they don't even really know what that's like. And so it could be really hard for them because, you know, they could be afraid of losing you. Maybe they had, for some of you, take this as it resonates, this is very specific. There was a divorce that was very painful for them between their caregivers, parents, and it really made them scared of like maybe marriage for some of you, or like long-term relationships because they feel like they're doomed to fail. And so it made them scared to maybe approach you because it's like they couldn't handle getting divorced from you, which is funny. Maybe a person even goes that far into the future. They're like, well, what if we got married and then we got divorced and then I lost them forever and my life would be over and it would just be like when my parents got divorced all over again and it would be terrible. So that was a hyper specific. So only take that as it resonates, but that could be a really significant fear for them. So if it seems like your person had trouble committing or was like avoiding of committing, it wasn't because they didn't want to be committed to you. I feel like they really want this Ten of Cups. It's like their dream to have that, but it's just this wound that they're just afraid of being abandoned, essentially. So they're like, I'll run away before I can get abandoned. So we have the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Swords. So yeah, it's like your person is really afraid of losing you. They don't want this to end here with this relationship. They're feeling like if there has been an ending or there is some sort of separation, it's like super painful for your person because what I'm seeing here is like you hold their heart in your hands. That cup of love is like kind of representative of their heart, their emotions. You are where their love and happiness is. And so it's like when they run away from you, it's like they're running away and you're still holding their heart. And so then they're just like aching kind of without you is really like what I'm seeing. Like I just had to like hold my chest for a second because like my heart's kind of heavy with this energy. We also have the Six of Cups and the Page of Wands. So yeah, they really want to reunite with you here. This is about someone from your past coming back into your life. So especially with this Ten of Swords energy, if there's been an ending or a distance, or it seemed like things were over between the two of you, it's like, you know, things are never really over, especially with these deep soul connections. Until the karma is done, or especially with twin flame connections, they're truly never really over. So it's like this seems to be a reoccurring sort of energy between the two of you. Maybe you guys have had on and off times in this relationship a lot, but it's like just when you think it's over, it comes back together. And I kind of feel like that's the energy here, because with this Ten of Swords, like it's not really over. Even though it looks like it's over, there is sunshine in the background. There is hope for a new beginning. There is clarity coming after this this ego death. There is awareness with the Ace of Swords. So I feel like your person is maybe having to end some cycles within themselves and karmic cycles. And then I think they're transitioning in the future. Kind of what I'm seeing is they're going to come into that Ace of Swords energy, which is like choices, clear decision making, understanding, awareness, insight, but it's kind of a process for them to come into that. But they do know they want to reunite with you here at the Six of Cups. They know that this is also very soulmate energy. This could also be an awareness that there's a past life connection here as well. And again, so the pages are all about messages, and we have three of them. So it's like this person really wants to reach out to you. You excite them. They're like they feel really excited when they think about reuniting with you as well. It like brings them hope, optimism. It's like they feel really. I'm hearing dead inside without you, so that's kind of a heavy energy. Take that as it resonates, but that's kind of what I feel with this Ten of Swords. It's like they just feel like lost and like life has no meaning if you're not in their life, which is very dramatic. But I feel like this person, you're really, really important to them, more important than maybe they've told you or showed you. It's like you're secretly like the most important thing to them. So losing you is like losing a piece of themselves, if that makes sense. That's how they feel or they felt. Those are the Four of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. So yeah, they're definitely feeling abandoned here. There's a lot of inner child stuff coming up for your person. I think this has to do with neglect from their childhood, maybe even. It's like they're reliving a childhood wound right now of feeling abandoned by one or both of their parents, or just maybe relationship issues as well. But it's like they're just feeling really low self-esteem. It's like they feel so lost and isolated and like alone. Like they just feel just out in the cold, like miserable kind of. But with this Four of Swords, it seems like they're just, yeah, just spending a lot of time alone, isolating themselves, trying to heal this. So again, that's what I mean is like they're kind of, like I said, deep inside of a childhood wound right now. And I think that can kind of happen, especially if we haven't healed a wound. Sometimes in our life, we will actually kind of relive it just to heal it. So that's kind of, your person's in the middle of that right now. Diving into their core wounds is really what I'm feeling, which is why I think I was mentioning like divorce and stuff like that, because that could be a really, really deep wound for them. I'm hearing they're healing wounds that they didn't know they even had. So it's like this person is like is like doing some in-depth shadow work, and it's like each time they think they've healed something, it's like they have another trigger or another thing comes up, or they like think of something else from their childhood that was painful. So that's like they're kind of on a shadow work spiral, is what I'm hearing, and it can be kind of hard because it almost, to them it feels like they're spiraling downwards, but they're really spiraling upwards, because the closer that they, and the more that they heal these darker aspects, the more that they come closer to you, the divine, and their true self, their higher self. So it's like, it's a process, I think, for your person. But this is difficult energy for sure. You have the Nine of Wands and the Eight of Swords. So your person feels very trapped by something here. This could definitely be their own fears, or this could be a karmic situation that they're currently trapped in. They feel stuck somehow. It's like they can't take action towards you. And it could just be like they totally could. It's just their own fears getting in their way. But it's like, I think because of all this intense shadow work, because of all this anxiety, it's like your person is just like stuck right now. They're stuck healing. And sometimes I also feel like the divine has stuck them somewhere, or has like stuck them because they need to heal. And it's like if they were with you right now, it might actually distract them from the healing that they need to do. And that's maybe a difficult lesson that they have to learn, is that, you know, like, even though maybe it's so painful being away from you, it's like, because there's this beautiful, happy connection here, it's like they could really just lose themselves with you and not ever do the shadow work. But because there seems to be some obstacle that's been placed, probably divine intervention, between the two of you, it's like forcing your person to examine themselves, which could be really hard for both of you to be separated in this way. But I feel like Spirit is telling me that this is really, really important for both of you, because your person's doing all the inner work that will prepare you for this happy family in the future. Because if they didn't do it now, you wouldn't be able to have this happy family later on, or not just family, but a happy union, because there would be too many unhealed wounds between the two of you. So yeah, if it seems like your person has walls up, I think it's because they are kind of healing themselves. But I also feel like even if they are stuck in a situation or just stuck inside themselves, it's like they're still fighting for this connection. They still have faith in this connection. They still have hope. You know, they're not done. Even if it seems like it's over, it's not over. And your person wants to keep fighting for this because they can see this future so clearly in their head, and they know that if they just keep going, they can eventually get there. We also have the Tower and the Eight of Pentacles. So your person had an ego death or a tower moment recently. For some of you, this could also just be, yeah, really painful lessons that your person has recently learned that really were really difficult. Your person had a really hard time recently, or they're going through a really hard time. And I think with this Eight of Pentacles, it's like they're just trying to keep afloat here right now. They're just trying to work through whatever really difficult emotion this was, whatever difficult situation this was. Your person is trying to get past it, and they're just trying to recuperate from a really, really difficult time of their life. I'm hearing one of the most difficult times of their life. So take that as it resonates. But your person has definitely been going through it for sure. Okay, clarify the Seven of Swords, pile three's person's current feelings for pile three, please. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Oh, interesting. So, see, I told you there was an Ace of Swords coming in the future. So we have that here. We have the Ace of Swords. So it's like they're going to start being more honest, especially with the Seven of Swords energy. If they've been dishonest, if they've been running, there's going to be clarity that comes in, I feel like, in the future. And then we have the Three of Pentacles the Three of Wands. Okay, these cards are slightly different, actually. I feel like this is more like, this kind of reminds me more of the Three of Pentacles, which is about coming together, or even the Three of Cups. But then we have the Four of Wands, which is foundation and achievements. So it kind of seems like a progress, actually. It's like they're going to want to reestablish this partnership with you. They're going to want to, have an alliance with you. Maybe you guys were having conflict. Your egos were kind of fighting. But this person wants a partnership with you, and they want to have the Four of Wands here. They want this happy family. These cards are so similar too, with like the Ten of Cups and this card here again. So that's a very similar energy. So it's like your person's goal is to have this partnership with you, to have this foundation, this happy family. And so it's like they're willing to become more honest, to become a better person, to achieve this. But it's like a process. Your person's really having to learn how to be honest with themselves is really what I feel. And again, learning to have some really painful experiences from their childhood as well. Clarify the Ten of Swords, pile three's person's current feelings for pile three. Clarify the Ten of Swords. Ooh, interesting. Trapped in fear. So that's kind of what I was saying with the Eight of Swords. It could be that they're really just trapped in their fears. And that's what's kind of holding them down, pinned to the ground, is this deep fear. But they're healing this with the root chakra. This is about feeling safe, feeling supported, feeling loved by the divine. But this is helping them to step into their authority here with the Emperor energy. This is all a process of, I think, your person understanding their power and seeing that they have the power to free themselves from situations, from this fear. But then we have mental conflict here with the Two of Swords. Kind of reminds me of the Two of Pentacles in a way too. But then we have fulfillment of wishes. So it's like your person's in two minds here. It's like their ego tells them to run, to hide their feelings, to pretend like they don't care. But then their higher self, and I think their heart knows. They're like, no, but this is my wish fulfillment. This is my person. This is my happily ever after. So right now it's like this is like what that Two of Pentacles energy is. It's like going back and forth. They're like, on one hand, I feel safe just keeping my distance, running away because, that way you can't get rejected. But then, I don't want to lose this person, and I feel like they're the love of my life. So what do I do here? So a lot of mental confusion, a lot of stuff is going on for your person. Let's see. Clarify the Five of Pentacles, pile three's person's current feelings for pile three. Clarify the Five of Pentacles, pile three's person's current feelings. That's funny. It got clarified by itself. I love it when it happens. It's so funny. So we have victory and success with the Six of Wands. So this is kind of a card to me about high self-esteem. So it's like your person is having to come into that sense of accomplishment, achievement. I know who I am in the world. I know that I'm on the right path. Like I'm confident. I'm a warrior. I'm a victor. That's like that's the place that they need to get to. But right now they have this self-esteem stuff with the solar plexus. This is all about that feeling of unworthiness. This could also be related to depression and anxiety. But I think it also reflects in their 3D world is these negative feelings they have about themselves. But this is also about financial material changes. So there's something in their material world that needs to change. So for a lot of you that is walking away from a situation or thing, or just this feeling of self-worth, pain and issue, that's also something they need to leave behind. So there's changes that need to be made in your person's life, and I think that's what they're really realizing is they're like, with all this really negative energy, all this really heavy energy, they're like, something needs to change because this is not a good situation for me. They don't feel like they're in a good place. right now, and it's like they know that they need to make a choice. They need to make a decision. I feel like they know they need to come back to you, or again, at least leave something behind. Clarify the Eight of Swords, pile three's person's current feelings for pile three. So we have the waiting game, crown chakra, and balance. So I feel like that's kind of what Spirit was saying, is that there is something that's holding your person back from you. And I think it's because, and it, maybe taking a lot of patience from you. It's like you might be having to wait something out here, but it's because with this justice energy, with this balance, they're having to achieve enlightenment. And I think that's kind of why Spirit has stuck them somewhere or stuck them in their own head, is because they need to achieve enlightenment. They need to ascend, is really what I'm hearing. So Spirit is like forcing them into a dark night of the soul and not letting them leave until they ascend. So it's like I'm hearing like Spirit's really turning up the heat, putting on the pressure for your person to ascend, because it's like when you're stuck, the only place to go is up. It's like when you've hit a wall, the only place to go is up. And I think that's kind of what this is. I'm actually going to clarify the tower because I'm also very interested in that. Clarify the tower, pile three's person's current feelings for pile three. So we have the hermit with solitude. So again, spending a lot of time. This is also about enlightenment, going within to find the answers. And then we have we have positive movement forward and the heart chakra. So for a lot of you, this is some realizations that have come through that they need to change or leave a karmic situation. This could also be about karmic endings. And so they're following their heart. They're going to be following their heart back to you, is what I feel with this boat. That's like the Six of Swords energy, almost like leaving something behind to come forward for this reconciliation, this reunion with you here. So a lot of difficult energy, but a lot of movement, progress, change. It's like there's some powerful stuff going on in your person's life. So make sure you take care of yourself, because if you're connecting with them, you might be also going through a lot right now, because especially if you're very emotionally tied to them and you're getting like a lot of anxiety or like weird feelings out of the blue, it's definitely them coping with whatever situation they're dealing with at this time. All right. Let's see. What does pile three's person want to say to pile three, please? What does pile three's person want to say to pile three, please? What does pile three's person want to say? What does pile three's person want to say to pile three? What does pile three's person want to say? I want to share my life with you. So that's like that Ten of Cups energy, wanting to spend your lives together, wanting to share your life. You set my heart on fire. Very beautiful. So you do set this person's heart on fire. You really have just opened up their heart. And I feel like it might have been really scary for them to maybe have these deep feelings for someone. Our love is what matters most to me. So this is what's kind of going on, is your person's having to realize, what really matters most to me. Is it my ego? Is it protecting myself? Or is it this person I really love? And this person's realizing that your love is more important than anything else. When you love me, I feel nirvana. I want you in my life forever. So they do want you in their life forever. And I feel like the Ten of Cups is kind of about that long-term relationship. I'm thinking about all the things I would do to you if I got you alone. So passion as well. So it's a very intense mix of emotions for your person. There's lust, desire, anger, pain, confusion, anxiety, and love, all at once. So it's like an interesting cocktail of emotions for your person. Even if I don't always say it or show it, you really do mean a lot to me. So even if this person really seems to struggle with communication, especially about their feelings for you, you do mean so much to them. Wow, we have Let's Start Again, and you're the only one for me. Wow, powerful. So that kind of explains it. And that's why they know they need to walk away, because they're like, I want to start again with my person. Because this is the only one for me. This is the only person I want. So I have to make some decisions to come towards them. Alrighty, let's get some more messages. What else does pile three's person want to say to pile three? What else does pile three's person want to say to pile three? What else does pile three's person want to say? I want to move in with you and live our lives together. That's so interesting, because I want to share my life with you, and they want to move in with you. So maybe you didn't know that, but they do want to live with you in a home together. You are so beautiful inside and out. I will always come back to you. We are destined to unite. So yeah, this person is feeling the pull, the magnetic pull to return to you, no matter where they've gone. Together we are one eternal love. Very beautiful. So yes, this is eternal Which is why I think they want you in their life forever, is because I think they know they're never going to stop loving you. I'm hypnotized by you. So yeah, you're very hypnotic, very attractive. Every time I think about you, my love for you washes over my entire being, and my love for you never falters or fades. So it's like they can't, maybe they try to stop thinking about you because it's overwhelming, but it's like they do, and then they just feel so much love for you, and they just fall in love with you over again whenever they're reminded of you or they hear from you, that kind of stuff. What else does pile three's person want to say to pile three? Ooh. What else does pile three's person want to say to pile three? What else does pile three's person want to say? Um, I know this love is once in a lifetime. Wow. So they know this is once in a lifetime. This is an unbeatable opportunity. I have a lot of pent up energy that wants to be released. So a lot of passion for you as well. Again, which adds to a lot of energy for your person. I've had secret feelings for you for a long time. You make my body ache with desire. Yeah, they want you so bad. I'm ready to give into the temptation that is you. See how they want you. I want to give into this temptation. You're tempting them even without trying. I'm shutting myself off from the outside world and going within to process my emotions. So yeah, that's that hermit energy, going within, processing their feelings. I can't help falling in love with you. You are my guiding light. You're the only person I'm attracted to anymore. So yeah, they just don't feel passion for other people anymore. But then they have like an insane amount of passion for you. So I think that's like really tripping them up, is it's like they barely feel anything for other people at all. But then like you are just like this explosion of like desire for them, and they're like, oh my gosh, what do I do? I've been soul searching and going within to find answers. So two things about soul searching, going within. So very much hermit energy from your person right now. I get some messages from this deck right now. What else does Pile Three's person want to say to Pile Three? I need to give myself to God and discover the light within myself so I can finally feel worthy of you. So that's definitely what's going on. Is there some sort of spiritual surrender? The process of going towards that. I have always loved you and always will. The distance doesn't change anything about how deeply I love you. So this could be about a long distance connection. For some of you, this is saying that doesn't matter, doesn't affect how much they care about you. This is also just about emotional distance as well. You're the only one I'm in love with. No one else will ever make me feel the way you do. You are so beautiful. I love your face and body. You're the most gorgeous being I've ever seen. And I wish to lay in bed with you all day and to confess to you all of my secret feelings for you. Feel your warmth by my side and the energy of love surrounding us. So this person really like dreams of confessing their feelings, I feel. They wish that they could. What else does Pile Three's person want to say to Pile Three? My bed feels so cold and empty without you in it. So yeah, they just want to be in bed with you. They feel cold and empty. It's like that. I think they also just feel cold and empty inside without you, like the Five of Pentacles. I wasn't ready to give you the love you deserve, so the universe kept us apart. I think I was saying that earlier. It's like the universe put some sort of obstacle in between the two of you because this person would have just hurt you, I think, if they didn't do that, because they need to heal. It hurts me so much knowing I've hurt you. My heart aches and I feel all the pain you feel. So they're going through it because they've hurt you probably in the past, and they just really feel bad about it because they feel like you're their soulmate, and they're like, wow, why did I hurt that person who really loved me? I listen to music that reminds me of you. I need to fix things between us and make things right. Yeah, they know they need to fix things between you, but I feel like they're trying to figure out how. And I'm grateful for all the moments we have shared, but they're very grateful for you. They're in gratitude for the good times. I feel like they're focusing maybe less on the bad times and more on just, yeah, gratitude for what went right between the two of you. All right. What is Pile Three's person's current energy towards Pile Three? What is Pile Three's person's current energy towards Pile Three? Ooh, we have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So that's that Seven of Swords energy that's needing to be healed. And I think that's really what's needing to be healed right now, is this deceptive energy hiding their feelings. But then we have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life, but it's worth waiting for. They feel that you are worth waiting for. Also, I feel like this is spirit saying that this connection is worth waiting for your person to, deal with themselves. And then we have let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. And the religious factors, your love life is influenced by religious upbringing and spiritual paths. So I feel like this is about there being a spiritual aspect of this connection, which is, I think, is about your person needing to connect with their spirituality. I'm going to blow out this candle real quick because there's like no there's no juice in it anymore. All right, sorry about that, you guys. But yeah, so this is kind of letting you know that your person is like on a spiritual quest to heal these deceptive energy, this self-esteem stuff. And so just allowing the situation to unfold in divine timing is really, really important. Let's get some of their current energy towards you. All right, what is pile three's person's current energy towards pile three, please? We have all tied up and a goddess of the moon. So this is kind of that Eight of Swords energy of being tied up, and I feel like that's like inside of themselves. They're like tied up in knots because they don't know what to do. They're confused. It's like they have to free themselves. But I think you're inspiring them here with the Goddess of the Moon because you're like this divine feminine light that is guiding them. This is also reminding me of them doing that shadow work. This could also be about them listening to their intuition. I think the only thing that's going to be able to free themselves from this situation is by following their intuition and getting in touch with their spirituality. Because I think if they keep listening to their ego, they're not going to be able to release themselves of whatever burden this is. But and I think they're starting to realize that is that they need to become spiritual. They need to ascend in order to free themselves from whatever this is. All right, let's get you some advice, please. Advice for pile three, please. Advice for pile three, please. Um, Serapis Bay, Ascension, move into your true self, rise above the darkness, the light is here. Wow, this is so powerful. So this is definitely reminding me of also what's going on with your person. I feel both of you are mirroring here. You are transmuting your darkness into light. So you guys are both moving into your true selves. So rise above the darkness, the light is here. So you are rising above your own darkness, and I think that's what's going on with your person as well. White Eagle, ancestor spirit, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. And this is also really interesting because I was just saying a lot about your person having to heal family wounds from the past. So you're probably also doing that as well. That could be wounds with, generational curses as well. And it's time to do that. I think there's an opening for you to do that at this time. All right, advice for pile three, please. Advice for pile three, please. How we have impatience. My life is unfolding in divine timing. All delays are beneficial. I'm always at the right place at the right time. So basically, this is definitely spirit saying that if there seems like your person's stuck, there's delays. It's all delays are beneficial. This is divine timing. And then we have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So say that to yourself. Affirm that my life is unfolding in divine timing. All delays are beneficial. I'm always at the right place at the right time. We have service. You stop using the universe to try to get what you want and you start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. So, this is about you letting go and being of service to the universe, to God, and then you realize that the things that you truly want do get manifested into your life when you start grasping, when you let the divine to use you for the highest good. And this is courage. Divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going, do it, don't worry, all will be well. You have to get quiet enough to hear it. Dear divine, may I feel your courage and your will. So, see, I feel like this is affirming to yourself to, keep going even if it's difficult, and then also asking God and the angels to give you the strength and the courage to move forward in your life. And this is also about meditation and just allowing the angels and the divine to comfort you in times where you really need that. All right, let's get some final messages from your person. All right, what else does file three's person want to say to file three? See, I want a second chance. I feel like a fool. So yeah, maybe they walked away or they really hurt you and they're feeling very foolish about this and it's like they really want a second chance. And I think it hurts them to know that they've messed up so badly. I'm going on a journey to find myself and passion. That makes a lot of sense. I'm actually gonna get a couple more. What else does File Three's person want to say to File 3? I feel like there's an additional message. I've got what you need. New beginning, wow, and you're my family. Oh, very sweet. So they feel like you are their family. That's why they want the second chance. And what's like why they feel so bad? So they feel like they've betrayed their family. All right. Pile three's person's overall energy towards pile three, please. There's one more hiding over here. So interesting, like we have the Eight of Swords again. So much about stuckness. This is that inner trapped energy your person has to deal with. But we have Temperance, so this is about healing that. It's also about patience. But we have, let's see, we have the Seven of Cups. So it's like your person's having to make choices in their life. They're having to really decide like love versus fear. But they do love you here at the Queen of Cups, and it's like they appreciate how loving, and I think they're really seeing how loving you've always been to them, and they're really grateful for that. And then this Page of Pentacles, again, wanting to reach out, and the Justice, it's like they want to make things right between the two of you. And that's so interesting because it's like, I need to fix things and make things right between us, and that's exactly what this energy is right here. All right, pile 3, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Sending you abundance and bliss, and take care. All right, bye-bye.